Hey fellas, so this is your second session for what is week number 4 of your term 2. So without mucking around for too much, let's get straight into the ADP warm-up. I'm going to do one set with you guys so you can join in, pause the video, do it a second set, then you'll be good to go. Alright, so press up with a twist for 6. Don't forget you can go from your knees if you want to, if you need to modify that movement. Back extension. Kneeling hamstring floss, number 3. Make sure you do both sides. And then we're going to do the monkey squat without twist. Squat, twist, and twist. There's one. Other side starting. Last one, number 6. Cool, so make sure you go through a second time so you're nice and warm to start this video. That was a quick, a little bit of a rush through that, so slow it down. Take your time, think about the movements that you were trying to achieve there. Alright, so the A series. So I have got 3 new exercises for you that are going to make up the A series. First one, we're going to do a squat jump with a split landing. You guys have been doing squat jumps. This time you're going to jump up like we would with a squat jump, but you're going to land in kind of a split squat stance or athletic stance to finish. Looks like this. Other side. Cool, so you're just going to cycle through, jump and land, jump and land. I want you to do 12, so that'll be 6 on each side. Alternate left or landing on your left in front, and then alternating for the second one, landing with your right foot in front. That is A1, again 12, 6 on each leg. So we've got a plyometric push up. I want you to do it modified. So we're going from our knees, push up from our knees, strong push up down, and I want you to explode with power, come off the floor. Reset between reps, 1, 2, 3, 4, just show you side on. No idea, so I'm going for my knees. I'm not in a full press up position just yet. Sink down slow, explode up with lots of power, and try and get really high off the floor as you use your chest to throw your body all the way up off the ground. That is number 2, and I want you to do 12 of those as well. Then we have A3, so this is a prone walkout. Good core, shoulder, glute, stability exercise, lots of movement here, and you'll really find it pretty tough if you do it properly. So first things first, you're going to stand up, roll down, plant your hands on the floor, then you're going to walk your hands out to your flat, then walk your hands back in and stand up. There's one. I'll come back a bit further so you can see all of it. Roll down, plant your hands, step out, your hands take all the weight, go to one flat, walk back in, and stand up. There's 2. Again, I want you to do 12 of those. Take your time. Make sure when you go out that you brace nice and strong with your core, really engage your core and get into that flat position. If you find that you get a little bit tired and you start dropping your hips low or needing to stick your backside in the air, let's cut the reps there. So it might be that you can only achieve 6 good ones. As soon as those repetitions start to deteriorate in quality, that's when we cut it, okay? So at least 6 good ones, or as many good ones as we can up until 12 reps, and then stop that exercise, go back to the start. So that's A3. So that finishes or completes the A3, the A series. So the squat jump with the split leg landing, 6 on each side, total of 12. We've got the modified plyometric push up. So from your knees, explode off the deck, lift your body off the ground, 12 of those. And lastly, the prone walkout. Do as many good reps as you can up until 12. If you can only get to 6, let's just keep it at 6. If you can get to 12, that's the max, and we'll leave it at 12. So do that 3 times. So you can hit pause now, get stuck into that A series. Right, and so B series, you will need a box or a bench because we're going to be doing a box squat, something we've done previously. A really good exercise to revisit your technique for squatting, particularly because I can't be there to give you those visual cues and make those adjustments. This is a good way that will correct your technique. So if you've fallen into bad habits since we've gone into those air squats, this will just be a little bit of a reminder about where your body should be throughout different portions of the lift. So I've got a chair here. Position it so you can see it. I'm going to stand nice and close to my chair. I'm going to put my arms out and I'm going to sit back and try and reach my bottom all the way back to the seat and stand up. Notice I'm not flopping onto or dropping onto my seat. I'm controlling the movement down, push my backside back and standing back up. Good, so real-time speed will look like this. So a couple of key things to really think about when you do that is really pushing your backside back. So that's the first thing that moves when you initiate that squat movement pattern, but also keeping your chest up. Okay, so chest up, backside back. If you go close to your bench or seat or box, whatever it is you're sitting on, that'll make sure that you just push your backside back first. Then you've got to remember, keep your chest up, sink to the bottom controlled, don't flop, just touch, then stand back up nice and evenly. So that is B1, and I want you to do 12 of those. B2 is a dynamic plank. We're going to do a plank from your elbows. See if you can see it. I'm going to have to turn around. So on your elbows, clasp your hands. If you want to make a fist and grab it, however you want, that's fine. Full plank. So I'm on my feet. My feet are together. And then I'm going to take my right foot. I'm going to stretch it out, tap the floor, take it back to the middle or the starting point. Left foot, out to the side, touch the floor, back to the starting point. Back to my right, touch, left, touch. When you do it, really key to be really strong in your core, and I'm not sinking or wobbling in my hips when I take that other limb off, because that is another point of contact or stability. So as soon as I take that limb off, my body will want to rock, so that's when I really got to engage strong and really use my core to stay stable and stay flat in that. I want you to do 12 repetitions, but that'll be 6 on each side. So 1, back to the middle, 2, back to the middle, 3, etc., etc., until you accumulate 12. That is B2. And B3, I believe we've done one of these, but if not, we've definitely done the precursor exercise. So it's a single leg glute bridge. So we've done the glute bridge, which is 2 feet down. My heels are quite close to my bottom. I can just touch my fingertips with my heels, and that means I'm in the right position. So first thing, I'm going to take one leg off, and it's going to go straight at about a 45-degree angle. Then I'm going to push through my heel, my left heel, which is on the ground. I'm going to extend my hips up all the way to the ceiling as high as I can go. Control the movement back down, nice and smooth, just a touch to the floor, and back up again. Down, squeeze up as high as I can go, and back down. The weight is through my heels, and I can feel my glutes engaging to initiate that movement and control that movement, particularly when my hips are really high and at the top of the lift. So I'm going to do 12, then I'm going to go put my other foot on the ground, extend my left leg, and I'm going to do 12 on my right. I want you to do all 12 on one side before changing to the next leg. So that is exercise B3. Quick recap, the box squat with those technique cues that I've just spoken about for 12. The dynamic plank where the feet are together, they go wide, back to the middle, wide, back to the middle. That's B2. And then the single leg glute bridge, doing 12 on one side, changing over and doing 12 on the other. using your core, glutes, and being nice and strong and controlled. That's the B series. Okay, so now we've made it through to the C series, which is our metabolic hit, or our conditioning hit, or our heart rate sort of chaser, whatever you want to call it. It's a bit of fun. It's 10 minutes of hard slog that should be enjoyable, get your heart rate moving, your lungs pumping. You can turn on the music, go hard for 10 minutes, and really wrap up the session in style. So we are sticking with one of the exercises from Monday session, or the day one session from this week, and then I've changed up a couple to give you slight variations of the other 3 exercises. So it's another 4 exercise circuit, or 10-minute block. So listen carefully. So the first one is a broad jump, but we're going to do it in a V shape, or 45. So I'm going to start in 2 feet, hands on hips. I'm going to jump out to my first point, jump back to the middle, and then jump out to my third point and back to the middle. So I'm creating a V shape as I jump. So starting point at the bottom of the V, I jump out to the top of the V, back to the bottom of the V, out to the top of the other side, then back to the middle. So it'll look like this. I'm jumping out, and I'm jumping back. Jumping out, back, out, back, out, back. I want you to aim for about half a metre. That's the distance I'm going to jump. Up to my left, back to the middle, out to my right, and back to the middle. I want you to do 20 of those. So that's going to be 10 on each side, or 10 out to each direction. And that'll be your exercise number 1 for the 10-minute block. Exercise number 2, lunges, which we had on the other session, the day 1 session, which you should have done on Monday. Just a quick recap, standing in the middle, hands on hips for this one, lunge in, sink your knee down just a touch, push back, other side. So we're alternating, lunge in, push back, lunge in, push back, lunge in, push back. Important to note when you do this that you keep your chest up, so I'll show you side on. So I'm lunging in, my chest is up tall, I touch my knee to the ground, push back, lunge in, I'm not sinking forward, see a lot of that. And make sure we're taking a good step forward, so we get a good lunge down and push back, rather than a small one. I'm doing a little funny sink at my knees and pushing back. It's a good step, control, strong, push back to where you started, alternate the legs. I want you to do 20 of those, so that's going to be 10 each side too. So 20 and 20 for the first 2 exercises. What have we got now? So a modified press up. So this time we're going for a press up from our knees. The key difference here is we're going to use some hip extension. So I'm going to extend my leg up, nice and straight, and I'm going to do my press up there. I'm going to keep it high. I'm going to do 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to change, so my other leg's going high, and I'm going to do another 6. Cool. So 6 with one leg in the air, 6 with the other leg in the air. That's going to be 12. That is your 3rd exercise for the 10-minute block. And lastly, a V-sit twist, which I think we may have introduced to you earlier in the series. I'll show you a couple of angles so you can see what I'm doing. So it gets its name from making a V like this. As I lift my legs or feet off the ground, I create this V shape. So there's my V, my chest and my thighs create the V. I'll show you front on now. So feet off the ground, they're about 10 to 15 centimeters elevated from the floor. I'm going to make a fist, I'm going to clench it, I'm going to twist over, fist to the floor, all the way over, the other side, fist to the floor. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to go for 12. So that'll be 6 on each side. Key things to remember, my core's nice and engaged, I keep that V-shaped, V-shape like I showed you on the side-on angle. I keep my chest up, my shoulders back, and I'm not swinging my legs. So I really got to engage my core strong as I twist left to right. And you see my legs are not doing this. That's not good. But when they're here, stable, strong, still, twist, 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 twist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you go up to 12. Quick recap, so the reps are going to go 20 and 20 for the first 2 exercises, 12 and 12 for number 3 and number 4. You're going to do that continuously for 10 minutes. A quick recap of what those are, so the V jump, 2-footed out to the middle, out the other side, back to the middle. The lunges, which we did in day 1 of this week, you should be familiar with that. The modified press up with the leg in the air, then also the V-sit twist to finish. 20, 20, 12, 12 for 10 minutes, continuous. You should find now that your fitness is actually improving, and while the 10 minutes might not be getting any easier, you're actually doing more work during that 10 minutes. So your capacity has improved, you're training harder at a harder intensity or speed, or you're getting through more exercises than what you did when we started these 10-minute sessions 4 weeks ago. So I hope you're enjoying them. These are a really, really easy and fun way, I believe, to keep your fitness high. So approach these with a really positive and enthusiastic energy, and really challenge yourself to have a good crack at these. Right, so as I've been doing, I will start you off. I'll do 1 set of each with you, and then leave you to it to finish off the rest of that 10-minute block. Rightio. So get your stopwatch ready, whatever it is you use. Find your playlist that you use. Take a drink if you need, and then get ready to start with me in about 15 seconds. Right, so we're going to start with the jumps, the V jump in 3, 2, 1, go. Cool, that's 20, straight into the lunges, alternating legs, 1 and 2. Press ups from our knees, the leg in the air. Ready, so 6. Other side for 6. Nice one, and then the V-sit twist. Make my first, keep my legs still. Ten, 11. 12, get in, keep going boys, 10 minutes. See you soon with a new video.